Hello everybody, it's Saturday. It is March 23rd, 2024. I just wanted to do a really quick update on this Northern Plains storm, just to keep folks abreast on the latest, and also to point out that there are some folks out there that are going to be on the razor's edge of this system, that if it just moves a little bit slightly more to the west, you could find yourself in a winter storm situation. So I just wanted to show you that. So the quick update is that the strong Northern Plains storm is still on schedule. We have livestock concerns in the region, Montana, the Dakotas, Nebraska, then into Minnesota and Iowa. But also, we really need to watch the extreme eastern counties of Wyoming near the South Dakota-Nebraska border areas, especially along the Pine Ridge area. As you get over to Lusk, as you get over to Chadron, Alliance, Nebraska, up to Rapid City, then right along the extreme northeast county, Crook, Weston County areas. If the storm moves just a little more to the northwest, you could be in the winter storm. If it stays on its current projection, you're going to miss the worst of it. So being on the razor's edge means you need to moderate, just to really be sure, because just one slight change in the track could really make a big difference. Everybody is going to have much colder conditions coming, travel concerns. Even in areas that don't see the heavy snow, will see some snow and much colder temperatures. The National Weather Service advisories and warnings for winter weather is pretty extensive, as you can see here, across the north central United States, but also back into the Intermountain West and the mountain areas up in New England as well. Notice the advisories and watches and warnings for winter weather conditions do get into far northern and northeastern Wyoming and right up against the South Dakota-Nebraska border areas. And that's kind of what we're going to show you here in a moment. Now, this is by noon tomorrow. The low is going to be swinging into Colorado. The door opens to that very cold Canadian air, and the counterclockwise circulation around that low brings moisture into the region. And then by Monday morning, that storm spins up over north central Nebraska and becomes stronger. This is the precipitation output from the European model between now and Monday morning. So you can see the heavier precipitation continues to be along this same axis right here. If you focus in a little bit closer and look right along the South Dakota-Wyoming border area here, you see this area of enhanced precipitation. This is the area we're concerned about, that may be a little bit further to the west and a little bit further to the south. Now, if the model ends up being 100 correct, northeastern Wyoming will just get clipped and really will miss out. But just one little more movement west could pull that moisture back to the north, to the northeast and extreme eastern counties of Wyoming, the northern panhandle of Nebraska. So livestock interests right here, just pay real close attention, especially to radar, and see what the trends are like, especially as we get into tomorrow, later tomorrow night, and into Monday morning. The blossoming of the heavier snow still looks to be in central northeast Nebraska, then up into the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Iowa later on. And you can see there's green and there's blue elsewhere. There's going to be snow falling and colder temperatures elsewhere. As you can see on this map, this is through Tuesday morning. If we focus in a little bit more, this is where we want to just focus into where we could have some problems. Right now, these areas not under any type of watch or warning, and that may very well play out. But you see how this little tongue comes back along the Pine Ridge? So if there's any retrograding, more westerly, more wind, more cold, and more snow could impact those areas. As you look elsewhere, the mountains back here are going to fare well, but the real organized storm goes to the north and east. This is the European model. The Canadian model, this is where we have some differences. You see how the Canadian model, European model here, Canadian model here, brings the pink back into Crook, Weston, and Niobrara counties. And then you've got some very heavy snow into the Black Hills, then the Pine Ridge area of the northern panhandle. This scenario right here is not unreasonable. This is why we're doing this video this morning, to just keep an eye on things, especially if you're in any calving operations. The cold air is significant. Look at these temperatures. It could be this cold by Tuesday morning. These are temperatures in Fahrenheit, and the gray there shows where it may be near or a little bit below zero, single digits and teens elsewhere, and those are the wind chill values. We don't expect excessive wind. The winds are going to be coming in mainly from the northwest. They're going to be 15 to 30 gusts to 40. We don't expect them to get too strong, but enough to be a concern if there is accumulating snow in those areas. Obviously, it goes without saying throughout the region with temperatures like this and snow, We're going to be having travel concerns developing tonight, but especially in the Sunday, Monday, early Tuesday morning time frame. We'll see you on Monday with more interesting weather to come as we get into next week and beyond.